Well, we've come to the end of our first full working week of 2021. I want to read to you this morning some verses from Matthew's Gospel, chapter 9, verses 35 through to verse 1 of the 10th chapter. They read like this: Jesus traveled through all the towns and villages of that area, teaching in the synagogue and announcing the good news about the kingdom of God. And he healed every kind of disease and illness. And when he saw the crowds, he had compassion on them, because they were confused and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. He said to his disciples, "The harvest is great, but the workers are few. So pray to the Lord who is in charge of the harvest. Ask him to send more workers into the field." Jesus called his 12 disciples together and gave them authority to cast out evil spirits and to heal every kind of disease and illness. This 9th chapter of Matthew is an amazing chapter. Here we see Jesus at work in a powerful way. There is a healing of the paralytic in the first few verses. Then we have the raising of the dead girl to life. And then there is the healing of the woman who had suffered with hemorrhaging for over 12 years, which leads to the healing of the 2 blind men and the deliverance of a demon-possessed man. In this chapter alone, we can clearly see Jesus fulfilling the prophecy of Isaiah 61 concerning the Messiah, which reads, "The Spirit of the Sovereign Lord is upon me, for the Lord has anointed me to bring good news to the poor. He has sent me to comfort the brokenhearted and to proclaim that captives will be released and prisoners will be freed. He has sent me to tell those who mourn that the time of the Lord's favor has come." You see, in this 9th chapter of Matthew, the heart of Jesus is seen, and we see it specifically in the words recorded in the 36th verse. When he, Jesus, saw the crowds, he had compassion on them because they were confused and helpless like sheep without a shepherd. The heart of Jesus is a heart of compassion. And therefore, my prayer is that the Lord would give us a Jesus heart for 2021. Can I suggest to you that a Jesus heart for us means that we see people in our communities as Jesus sees them? Listen again to verse 36. When he saw the crowd, he had compassion on them because they were confused and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Note from the Gospels that Jesus never saw individuals as objects of condemnation. Any words of criticism or condemnation by Jesus were always directed towards the religious leaders for their hypocrisy. And I wonder if he would have words of condemnation even to us as leaders of today for our hypocrisy. He saw people, you see, as confused and helpless like sheep without a shepherd. And as a result of this, when he saw the crowds, he had compassion on them. There was something painful taking place deep within him that led him to act and to bring relief. You see, it's obvious that Jesus didn't merely look. He saw. You see, looking takes a moment. Seeing requires us to process information, connect the dots, sympathize, and understand. Seeing requires action. And unless we see people as Jesus saw them and be moved with compassion resulting in action, then the bottom line is this: we don't have a Jesus heart. Without a Jesus heart, all we shall do in 2021 is engage in religious observances and half-baked worship. At the beginning of 2021, the challenging question to us all is this: how do we see people? What lens do we use? I leave you with a prayer of George Jackson. I want, dear Lord, a heart that's true and clean, a sunlit heart with not a cloud between, a heart like thine, a heart divine, a heart as white as snow. On me, dear Lord, a heart like this bestow. I want, dear Lord, a heart that cares for all, a deep, strong heart and of love that answers every call. Give us such a heart for Jesus' sake. Have a great weekend. God bless you.